Bruno's best friend is a dog walking service that needed a website. My job was to take UX research and mid-fidelity wireframes and create a high-fidelity prototype for mobile, tablet, and desktop. I began with some desktop research to confirm the competitor space and discovered that some dog walking services focused on reliability, some on convenience, and others on the adventure aspect. Bruno's major focus would be booking flexibility, but what other goal could the interface achieve? UX personas showed that the audience were worried about their dog's health and well-being. To address these insights, I created two mood boards, one that focused on exercise and one that focused on level of care. I reached out to dog owners in my community to A/B test the mood boards. With its friendly color palette and positive visuals, the caring mood board proved to be the most popular, reinforcing the idea that the dog won't just be walked, but will truly get a new best friend. Using the mood board as a starting point, I began building a component library in Figma, including logo, color palette, typography, icons, and buttons. The buttons were programmed with hover, rollover, and press states, but there were still more states to consider, such as blank, partial, error, and loading. To identify which buttons would be affected and on which pages, I mapped out the user flow, allowing me to design relevant components early on in the process. Introducing the components to the wireframe layout, I began to design the mobile interface, using atomic design principles to build atoms, molecules, organisms, and templates. Insights gathered from the first round of user testing were also taken into account. The first insight was that participants couldn't easily find walkers they had used previously. To solve this, I included a floating action button on the homepage. Participants were also overlooking the See All Walkers link on the landing page, so I included a prominent button within the search field. I also converted the recurring tick box to a toggle button so it wouldn't be overlooked. The featured walker carousel was designed to creep in from the side, signifying users to flip through the information. I used a layout grid, constraints, and auto layout so the design could be stretched and condensed. This ensured the interface could adapt to different screen sizes and device orientation. An example of dark mode was also considered. From there, I designed the desktop and tablet versions, adjusting the layout to suit the different formats. Next, I designed the Find Walkers, Walker Details, and About pages for mobile. In order to compress the information into mobile format, I used a flyout info panel featuring walker details. Ratings were also included in this panel to address user insights. As the design had changed since the wireframing, I conducted user testing to ensure it was still on the right track. One insight was that the interface didn't indicate the length of walk, so I amended the cost detail to include the duration. Drop-down menus were too small, so I made them more prominent and easier to tap. After more testing and a few more iterations, I was finally ready to unleash the high-fidelity prototype.